All right, we back. I had to pause the camera so we can find it because this information must come out.
Aggressive anti-Russia, but they're Western patrons. These Western patrons, they don't care about the fates of the people. They don't care that hundreds of people are dying, that millions of people are becoming refugees, that people who are holding hostages by neo-Nazis or delinquents released from the prisons, they don't care about this humanitarian catastrophe. And it is obvious to us that these Western patrons, they are pushing Kiev and authorities to continue this bloodshed. They are getting supplied new weapons, they are getting intel information, and they are getting other kinds of aid. They get military instructors and mercenaries from abroad. And they choose economical, financial, trade and other kinds of sanctions against Russia as their weapon. And European and American people are getting hit by these sanctions because the price for gas are growing, for food, the jobs are lost because of these sanctions against Russia. And you shouldn't put the blame on anyone else. You shouldn't accuse our country about everything. I want ordinary people from the West to hear me. They try to convince you that all these difficulties that you face is the result of some hostile actions by Russia. That you have to pay out of your pocket to fight this alleged Russian threat. That's a lie. And the truth is that the current problems that millions of people in the West are facing is the result of many years of policies perpetrated by the Western leaders, Western states. Their mistakes, their ambitions. These people do not think about improving the lives of their own citizens in the Western countries. They are obsessed with income, with their own profits, with their own interests. And we have data from international organizations that show that social problems, even in the leading Western countries, have exacerbated in recent years. There is more inequality, there is a bigger chasm between poor and rich. We see more and more racial and ethnic conflicts. This myth about Western society, about this so-called golden billion is getting destroyed. Now the entire planet has to pay for the ambitions of the West, for their attempts by any means to preserve their domination in the world that is slipping away. These sanctions is the consequence of irresponsible policies of the central banks and the governments of the US and the European Union countries, because they have increased this inflation and it increased the inequality. And we have more and more refugees, influx of refugees all around the world. And who is going now to be responsible for the millions of the starving people in the poorest countries of the world because of the deficit of foodstuff? A heavy blow was dealt against the global economy and trade. The trust for the dollar was undermined. And this illegitimate action to freeze some assets of the Central Bank of Russia, now crossing out the so-called first-class high-rate assets. Both the US and EU basically announced the default regarding their obligations towards Russia. Now everyone knows that any assets could be basically stolen at any moment, and seeing that many countries in the near future could start, and I'm confident that's how it's going to be. They are going to convert their digital and fiat assets into raw materials, into land, into foodstuffs, gold, or other material asset to increase the deficit in these markets. It will increase the deficit. And arresting these asset accounts of the companies, of individuals, it's a good lesson for everyone, because you should invest in your own country. And I have said that on many occasions, because despite the pressure by the US and their vassals, I would like to think the companies that continue to work in our country in the future, they will get additional opportunities to develop. And we also know those who betrayed covertly their partners, they forgot about their responsibilities towards their clients and towards their employees. They just wanted to get some alleged dividends by joining anti-Russian campaign. And unlike Foreign states, we're going to respect their properties here. And I would like to emphasize we need to understand clearly that the new package of sanctions and restrictions against us would have followed any case, under any scenario. Our military operation in Ukraine is just an excuse for the West to impose new sanctions. Yes, now they are more concentrated. But that's how it happened after the referendum in Crimea. That happened on March 16th, 2013, 8 years ago, when Crimea people...
But what I wanted y'all to see, man, is how Russia, Vladimir Putin, is spilling the beans, man. You know, they want to censor him, but what he's saying is still getting out. You know, so you nigga Latinos and Native Americans, you better repent, man. You better repent, man, because America and Russia is at war, man. And the Most High, YAHAWASHI, is setting the stage up, man. But like we always tell you, the mark of the beast got to be pushed on a man's scale. But YAHAWASHI is setting the stage up, man. He gonna get rid of this place. So read that in Ezekiel, bro.
All right. This is Ezekiel chapter 12, verse 22. It says, "Son of man," well, I'll read it from 21. It says, "And the word of Yahawah by Shem Yahushai came unto me, saying, Son of man, what is that proverb that ye have in the land of Israel, saying, the days are prolonged, and every vision faileth."
So, in other words, you got Israelites saying, what's written in this Bible ain't gonna come in our time. You see? The deliverance of the children of Israel ain't gonna come in our time. We've been in captivity so long, people been saying the Lord was coming back. In a nutshell, that's what it's saying. And that's what these niggas Latinos and Native Americans say when you tell them to repent and come back to YAHAWASHI. But we're showing you these news clips not for entertainment, man. It's for educational purposes, and it's for you to get yourself together, man. Because what's going on behind the scenes in the world stage, man, hey, man, it's gonna come to the mass of the people, and it's gonna hit these people like a ton of bricks, man. Okay? And Russia's not weak, man. Okay? They got tomorrow's technology, man. They got hypersonic missiles, man, that you can't even stop, man. America ain't got that. Okay? They ain't got no defense that can stop that, man. Hypersonic missiles, and the Russians got it, man.
It's like you were saying, they got the technology to go up into outer space.
Yeah, they got rockets, man. They got rockets, man, that they can shoot from the ground to outer space to knock out satellites, man. America them ain't got that shit, man.
And that one dude would talk shit. The video that you sent me, that one dude was talking shit when they were saying that Russian guy was saying, like, basically we'll just leave him up there in space.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then he's talking about, like, oh, we can do it without them and shit like that. Well, if you can do it without them...
Nah, speak up to what you were saying, because what he's saying is talking about, he's talking about the astronauts in the space. That's what he's saying. But what I was saying was, I was talking about the missiles that Russia got that can shoot and knock out satellites from the ground.
Hello everyone, you are watching another episode of Military Gear. According to a Russian state media report, Russia's first serial S-550 has successfully completed state trials, and it has entered combat duty. The covert weapon is reported to be capable of striking spacecraft, ballistic missile re-entry vehicles, and hypersonic targets at altitudes of tens of thousands of kilometers. The source did specify where the S-550 regiment in question has been stationed. TASS noted that it was not able to corroborate its source's information. The ministry source told TASS that the S-550 air defense system has successfully completed state trials. The technology is allegedly far superior to Western and Chinese capabilities as an absolutely new and unrivaled mobile system of strategic missile defense. Defense Minister Sergei Shoigu said that the anti-satellite S-550 was among the new weapon systems that Putin had demanded should be fast-tracked. Even so, its reported deployment with Russian rocket forces comes ahead of expectations. Additionally, the S-550 is seen as part of an air defense modernization involving the S-350 Vityaz, S-400 Triumph, and S-500 Prometheus. They will completely cover the Russian sky from possible attacks. Recent Russian reports suggest the S-550 is the same weapon as a satellite killer, until now known as Nudal, a project clouded in secrecy. Pro-Kremlin Izvestia newspaper said it was part of one of the most covert domestic weapons programs ever conducted. Videos showing the launch of an unnamed new missile system at Saryshgan in 2020 and earlier this year are now suspected to be this Star Wars weapon. Experts believe that work on the latest weapon has already been completed, and it can acquire the official designation as the S-550 air defense missile system. Defense Minister Sergei Shoigu personally declassified the S-550 designation before the November test that blasted the redundant orbiting Soviet-era Tselina-D military reconnaissance satellite to smithereens. Reports of the S-550's introduction come amid concerns that Moscow is reviewing plans to proliferate its flagship missile systems to allied countries, possibly including Belarus and Serbia, as a retaliatory measure if upcoming diplomatic talks with Washington and NATO, slated for early January, do not yield the sweeping security guarantees the Kremlin is seeking. That's all for today. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.
America ain't got that technology, man. But go back to what you were saying.
Yeah. What I was saying was based on what the elder was saying, technology-wise.
Yeah.
You know, technology-wise, if so-called United States had it like that, why don't they develop a way that they can go up and down and not depend on the Russians?
Yeah, up in space.
You know what I'm saying? That's basically what I was saying. You know,
Yeah.
technology-wise, because the United States, you know, these Edomites over here will talk like they got it like that. You know what I'm saying? But then
They really don't.
right, they really don't.
You know? But that's the fool of the masses of American people, man. This place is a fucking smokescreen, man. You get so mad and frustrated, man, because of all the damn lies, man, in this place, man. You know? And these people believe it, man.
Right. Just like I had a Jake telling me, you know what I'm saying? I think I said it last week, telling me that Ukraine is basically tearing Russia up. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, nah, man, you're not looking in the right places. I was like, man, that sounds like you watching Cartoon Network, you know, CNN.
Cartoon News Network. Yeah.
And then he kind of looked at me and he was like, yeah, I did. I was seeing that. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
on
saying?
CNN.
Right. He was seeing CNN.
Yeah, he was watching CNN, man, on Fox News, man.
What he was saying.
Hey, man, they ain't got it, man. You know, and they clip RT News, but, hey, man, it's plenty of alternative news stations out there besides RT News, man. RT News, that's one, man. Just like I putting up information on other news stations, man. RT News, what?
Right.
Man, Russia still got information getting out, man. You know what I'm saying? That ain't nothing. RT News ain't nothing, man. Just because they blocked that, there's still information out there, man. But this what Jake want to see, man. Jake want to see the truth. The serious-minded Jake.
Right.
Because the rest of these Jake, they gonna watch bullshit, man.
Right.
They gonna be watching bullshit. Okay? Jake want to hear you talking about somebody else. That's what Jake want to hear, man.
Right.
They want to hear you talking about somebody else or whoever going off.
Right.
That's what they want to hear. You getting on somebody about whatever they saying or whatever they going off. Jake likes shit like that. But concerning war and Russia and what's going on in the world, Jake fucking ease away from it. They don't want to hear that, man. But this is serious business, man.
Right.
Okay, this is serious business. You better, you Negro Latinos and Native Americans better repent, man. The Most High, y'all about you know what I'm saying, kill your ass, man.